Manchester, a vibrant city in the northwest of England, birthplace of the Industrial Revolution, home of the first modern computer, a lively city of culture, music, and some rather average football teams. Today on Let Them Talk TV, we're going to take a deep dive into the Manchester accent. And to guide me on this linguistic journey, by gum, I have a proper northerner. It's Alex. All right, pal.
That was terrible.
No, that's why I've got you here, Alex. So briefly, for the people that don't know you, who are you?
My name is Alex. I'm from a small town called Atherton in Greater Manchester.
You're from Greater Manchester.
Yeah.
To my ears, I think to most people, you sound like a proper Mancunian, but you wouldn't call yourself that because you're just in the area.
Yeah, maybe 20-25 minutes away from Manchester. When people think of a proper Manc accent, they think of Liam Gallagher from Oasis.
I wish you wouldn't mention Liam Gallagher.
Ask me, I won't say no, how could
I have some questions for a Mancunian, even though you're not quite Mancunian. You're in the Greater Manchester area, but can I call you that just for this video?
You can call me that for this video.
I've got one general question. How big is Manchester? Is it the biggest city in the UK? No, it's not. It's not. I know it's not.
We both know it's not. I would say, I think Greater Manchester's the third biggest. If you're thinking about not just Manchester but the surrounding areas,
Yeah.
I think it's the third biggest behind London, obviously, and Birmingham.
That lines up to my research, so you got the point for that. Next question. Of Manchester's two great football teams, Oldham Athletic or Bolton Wanderers, which one do you support?
I like that. We all know the obvious ones. Manchester City have bought their team. Manchester United are steeped in history, so I'm a Manchester United fan. I was going to wear a Manchester United shirt for today, but it was a little too obvious.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have permitted you.
You wouldn't have allowed me in the room.
Yeah, you wouldn't have been let in the room. Let in the country, probably. Do Mancunians actually eat chip butties, or is it just a malicious rumour?
Malicious rumour. No, a lot of people eat chip butties. When I was a kid, I ate it a lot. Chips and gravy was a big one as well. More so than chip butties.
A butty, if you don't know, it's just a in my neck of the woods. Yeah. It's a sandwich or a roll or something like that.
Yeah, I call it a balm, chip balm.
Chip balm.
Some people call it chip butty as well. Yeah.
So there you are. If you want to try fine Manchester cuisine, there you are. A chip butty with gravy. Oasis or the Stone Roses or the Smiths?
It's tough. I would probably go the Smiths or the Stone Roses. I'm not a massive fan of Oasis's music, but I do like the personality of the brothers.
Yeah, Smiths is the right answer, by the way. Who's the greatest Mancunian ever? I have my own theory on this one.
Well, the academics would probably say Alan Turing.
That was by really? Alan Turing, the founder of modern computing and cracked the Enigma code during the war, saved millions of lives and perhaps 6 months of the year.
So he didn't really do much then, did he?
No, that was a bit of a
the greatest Mancunian. You know, I'm not saying that this is the person, but people think straight away Morrissey.
Oh, really? Really?
I think he was voted in the top 10 greatest Britons ever or something like that, which is a very, very lofty position.
I love Morrissey, but more the 80s Morrissey. His politics has become a little bit extreme recently, I think, in the last few years.
Controversial,
shall we say, yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Oh, I used to Johnny Marr.
Johnny Marr, yeah, I read his book.
Right.
Fantastic guy.
Maybe we should stop talking about the Smiths. We're both Smiths.
Yeah.
But yeah, clearly we are. Anyway, what's better, an Eccles cake or a croissant?
You know, I don't think you can compare the two. I do like both of them, but I don't know if it's a comparison. I like both.
I would say that Eccles cake is underrated because everyone knows a croissant.
Yeah.
But Eccles cake's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it is. You have to have a big lump of butter on that, but I don't really eat butter these days.
Next and final question in this section. Is tea a drink or a meal?
We do say breakfast, dinner, and tea. You say breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Some
we do
people
say
supper.
We do say I'm going in for my tea now.
For those that don't know, in many parts of England, including the north, tea is a more common word for the evening meal. Is that correct?
Evening meal, correct. Going back to your question, I think it's both. I think in context you know what the person's talking about.
Yeah.
So I'd say, oh, I'm going to have a cup of tea.
Yeah.
But if I was thinking about, if I was saying, oh, I'm going in for my tea, people wouldn't think I'm thinking about a cup of tea. They think it's my actual food in the evening, yeah.
First, we're going to look at the phonetics of the Manchester accent and how it differs from standard Southern British English. My accent, more or less. I have a bit of a London accent, but it's more or less like that. So the first thing we're going to look at is the ends of words beginning with a Y, like happy, sorry, tidy. So I have an E sound, and in your accent?
Happy, sorry.
It's an E sound.
It's like an E.
Tidy.
Tidy.
Tidy. I've got a phrase for you. The family in the city had a cheeky monkey. Can you say that in your accent?
The family in the city had a cheeky monkey.
It was icy and gloomy in Didsbury.
It was icy and gloomy in Didsbury.
Didsbury. That's a posh area of Manchester. Is that right?
It is, yeah, very much so.
The NG is often omitted at the end of the word. I mean, words ending in NG. So, for example, standing, sitting, running. You can hear the G in my accent and in yours.
Standing, sitting, running.
So it's like just stops at the end.
Just stops.
And say goodbye to the G.
Exactly, see you later, G.
Yeah. I was walking, thinking and drinking.
I was walking, thinking and drinking.
The city was buzzing with people shopping.
The city was buzzing with people shopping.
Shopping. Right, next we have the trap bath split. Now, in my accent, trap, bath, you can hear they have different vowel sounds, don't they? But in Manchester and in most northern parts, it's the same vowel. So how would you say that?
Trap, bath.
Yeah, same vowel. And I say clap and laugh, different vowel sounds.
Clap, laugh.
The same.
Yeah.
The same. The rascal passed the bath on the path.
The rascal passed the bath on the path.
Very different, those vowel sounds. He laughed at the graph.
Love the way you turn your head.
Yeah.
He laughed at the graph.
Next, we have the ah sound in my accent in words like love, enough, suffer, cuffer. In Manchester, it's an oh sound. So love, enough, suffer. 100 hungry ducks rushed to the puddle.
100 hungry ducks rushed to the puddle.
Very different. I'd love my brother to be above the cover.
Sentences I've never
It doesn't make much sense, but no, it's just to demonstrate.
Yeah.
Just demonstrate the accent.
I'd love my brother to be above the cover.
The or sound in words like walk and talk, that's how I say it in my accent, but in Manchester it's a wider, more open sound. So walk, very different. Walk.
Yeah.
Talk. I taught law on the shore by the door.
I taught law on the shore by the door.
Yes, correct, and that's a true story.
I do it all the time.
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah. Now next we have the L, the dark L at the beginning.
The sinister L.
The sinister L, if you like. I'm not sure if that's a linguistic term, but it is very sinister. In my accent, I say words like leave, left, lost. But in Manchester, they have a very peculiar way of saying the L, don't they, Alex? Don't they? In the beginning of words, I'm talking here. So leave, left, lost. That's quite subtle. Maybe you didn't hear it, but my L is like from the front of the mouth, leave. But in Manchester, it's more.
It's a
bit further back, isn't it?
Further back, yeah.
Or leave.
Leave.
You see, it's very different.
It's kind of, I can feel it more.
You feel it, yeah. So that's quite different. So I've got a couple of sentences. I left the last lecture late. Learned the local law.
Learn the local law.
Yeah. Now, there are some coincidental similarities with the Cockney accent from London, and I'm sure you've already watched my video or videos on the Cockney accent. If you haven't, then check them out here, definitely. But these are just coincidences, known in linguistics as parallel evolution.
Wow.
think.
I'm
not sure. That's what it said in my research. So here are 3 examples of that. So both in Cockney and Manchester, you have H dropping. In standard English, ed in London English, and in Manchester,
Ed.
hungry.
Hungry.
Again, the Y is dropped, but we did that before. So a couple of sentences. Are you happy? I'm hungry.
Are you happy? I'm hungry.
My hat is in the house.
My hat is in the house.
Also found in both accents, the unvoiced TH can become an F. Now, we were talking earlier and you say you don't normally say it like this, but let's have a look anyway. So, for example, Thursday, in London you say Thursday or Thursday, and in Manchester you could say...
I say Thursday, but that's because I've been an English teacher.
Yeah.
People do say Thursday.
I'll ask you to exaggerate in these sentences because I know you don't actually say this. I'm going to say 3 months this Thursday.
3 months this
Highly elite individuals. Members meet every Thursday and Sunday of each week.
The other coincidental similarity is the glottal stop. Put it down.
Put it. Did you put it down?
So that's the pronunciation done. And now we're going to look at some typical Manchester expressions. And I'm going to say them in standard Southern British English. And our kid Alex, he's going to tell me you don't say that. Our kid Alex is going to say them in the proper Manchester way. How's it going, mate?
How are they doing, lad?
I'm going to the shop. Do you want anything?
Do you want out from the shop?
Excuse me? You saw Morrissey at McDonald's in the Arndale Centre? I can't believe it so.
You saw Morrissey at McDonald's in the Arndale Centre? Give over, you're joking, aren't you?
So give over means...
Give over.
That's not true. I don't believe you.
This is nonsense. There's no way that happened.
We got tickets for the United match on Saturday. I am pleased.
We got tickets for the United match on Saturday. That's class.
That's class.
Class.
Doesn't need an explanation, I think. A bacon sandwich and a cup of tea at breakfast. That's exactly what I like.
A bacon balm and a brew in the morning. I love that, me.
And a brew is a cup of tea.
Brew is a cup of tea.
I love that, me.
I love that, me.
I would just say I really like it.
It's an interesting one because it's just the opposite of correct English. But it's like it's like saying me at the end is like a reassertion of I want you to know for sure that I like that.
It's good.
It's like an emphasis thing.
Yeah. Well,
I love that, me.
I love that, me.
Maybe you'll start saying I love that, me in the future.
I am. I like it. See you at Salford Lads Club at 6. Agreed.
See you at Salford Lads Club at 6. Sound.
Now, Salford Lads Club, this is another Smiths reference.
It is a
We
Smiths
have two
reference.
Smiths fans here.
Yeah. Let's pretend it's 1987.
Yeah, exactly.
The year of my birth.
We'll put up the picture of the reference on
We'll
the
just
screen.
get the Morrissey spectacles and start cycling around.
Yeah, exactly. Despite the malicious rumours, he's a good boy.
There's nothing wrong with our kid.
No, you're saying you don't say our kid.
I don't say that.
But
That's also a Gallagher thing from Oasis. But I would say, so my brother's called Ben, so I say our Ben.
So you can say our and the name, or many people, but not everyone says our kid.
Yeah, because
Is
you
that
say
right?
our and I would say our. It
Okay.
almost sounds like the letter R or A-R-E, our Ben.
For goodness sake, have you lost your mind?
Flaming Nora, have you gone mental?
Flaming Nora.
Flaming Nora.
That's a northern expression to mean come on, surprise.
Bloody hell.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
I say bloody hell, so
This is an interesting one because I used to say Flaming Nora years ago, but I almost say it in a sarcastic kind of way. So it's not something I would say on a day-to-day basis. I would just say, oh, bloody hell.
bloody hell. A gentleman from the south mocked my Manchester accent, so I called the police.
That bloody southerner took the piss out of my accent, so I called the dibble. The dibble.
I haven't seen you so clean since I frisked you for my lost citation book.
Oh, that's cute. Cute, very cute, Officer Dibble, sir.
This video is excellent. You should definitely subscribe to the channel.
This video is dead good. You should defo subscribe.
Nice one. Very good. I approve of your.
It's the best channel in the world.
Yes, exactly. Now you use dead. I know you said maybe there are alternatives, but dead is often used as an intensifier in Manchester. We do that south, but not as often as in Manchester. I'm dead tired, and I'm
dead tired today. I think a lot of people do say. I don't say. I usually say well good. You say well.
I could say well good. Yeah,
but a lot of people do say dead good.
So there you are. So you can say well or dead as an intensifier before an adjective. When is your hospital appointment? It's Thursday afternoon, mate.
When you're off to the hospital back end of Thursday, cock.
I have no idea what you're talking about. You'll have to explain that. Back end Thursday, hospital. The pronunciation, I got that's your pronunciation.
So
the hospital.
My dad, who's 71, he puts, instead of saying the hospital or the hotel, he puts the two words together. So he says, "Are you off to the hospital?"
I assume it's not just your dad. I assume some people do it because I'm sure they're not good. The viewers going to Manchester are not necessarily going to meet your dad.
They would love to meet my dad. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Saying back end of Thursday, cock, is like it's in the evening on Thursday.
So do people say back end of Tuesday?
Back end of Thursday, yeah, they do say that. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Oh, I can fix your fridge on the back end of Thursday if you think of like a handyman.
And can I call you cock?
Yeah, that's a funny one.
I have heard that before without any sort of, reference to genitalia.
There's no reference to genitalia in this one, but it's something. It's like a term of endearment. Cock, how you doing, cock?
All right, cock.
Yeah.
I would stress caution if you're not very familiar with Manchester.
Careful with that one.
Be careful if you're not in Greater Manchester for using that one.
Yeah, you don't want to be using it.
You might get a different response in London.
Yeah, I suppose it would feel a little strange for a non-native English speaker to say cock, but it's very much it's a term of endearment. It's a rapport building kind of thing. It's something I would say rather than analyse it. So it's quite an interesting exercise to do, right?
Yeah. If you want to make friends, call somebody a cock. I heard people say muppet as well, don't they?
You absolute muppet.
You're muppet. So a muppet is a stupid person.
A stupid person. Yes.
That one I've heard. Right, that was sound, Alex. Sound means very good, I think.
That was sound.
Maybe you could tell people who you are a little bit before we finish.
I'm Alex again, and I've got an English exam business called Swoosh English. We teach non-native English speaking doctors and nurses to pass an English exam so they can work and live in the UK, America, Australia. We teach university students to pass an exam called IELTS. Some of you might know that. And if they want to study in those countries that I mentioned. And yeah, thank you very much for
I'll put a link in your... Yeah, you're welcome. I'll put a link in the description if anyone's interested in following your excellent courses.
Fantastic.
All right. So there you are. Now go to Manchester, get yourself chip butty, run up to someone and tell them it's dead good, and have a look at the Salford Lads Club. So thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye.